She walked into a gas station alone, smiled at the cashier, bought a bottle of water, then walked out and vanished into the night. Her car was still there. Her phone sent out a voicemail 6 hours later, heavy breathing, and the sound of church bells. What happened to Emily Harper? A college student with no reason to run, no enemies, and no clear suspect. The answer may lie in one strange town and a man who hasn't spoken since. October 19th, 2007. Emily Harper leaves her dorm at 6:15 p.m. to study at the university library. She never checks in. Her phone goes dark for almost an hour. At 8:07 p.m., she's caught on surveillance at a Chevron 18 miles from campus. The footage shows her buying a water bottle and leaving calmly, but instead of getting in her car, she walks behind the building. No one sees her again. Her car is later found parked, unlocked, phone inside. What was she doing that far from school? Who, if anyone, was she meeting? We'll get to that. But first, let's talk about the voicemail. At 2:13 a.m., over 6 hours after Emily vanished, her mother received a voicemail from Emily's number. It was only 3 seconds long. The sound? Breathing. Shaky, scared breathing. And in the background, church bells. Faint, echoing, and distant. But here's the thing. There are no churches near that gas station with functioning bells. The signal was traced to a tower in Fernwood, Idaho, a remote logging town 40 miles from where she disappeared. Police searched the area. No Emily. No trace of her phone. But 3 days later, they received an anonymous tip about something buried in the woods outside Fernwood. The search team found a shallow fire pit just off a hiking trail, long since cold. Inside were burnt scraps of denim and a melted metal ring that Emily's mom would later identify as identical to one Emily wore every day. There were also 3 cigarette butts nearby. But here's what's strange. Emily didn't smoke. None of her friends did. And lab analysis later showed the DNA belonged to an unknown male, never matched in any criminal database. It was the first physical clue that Emily may not have left that gas station alone, but it wouldn't be the last. Just 1 week later, another hiker discovered something, buried under leaves. An old Sony Handycam, water damaged. The SD card inside was intact. Police recovered 6 video files. 5 were nothing but static. The 6th was a 17-second clip, a figure, possibly Emily, sitting on a floor. No sound. The lighting is dark, reddish, like from a heat lamp or candle. She doesn't speak. Her face is turned away. At the end of the clip, the camera shakes, like someone picked it up, and the footage cuts out. The video file was encrypted with a timestamp, October 20th, 2007, 3:12 a.m., just 1 hour after the voicemail. But police never released this clip to the public. It only came to light years later during a Freedom of Information request by a local journalist. In 2008, a man named Ralph Denton was arrested for unrelated battery charges in Fernwood. He lived just 2 miles from where the burnt ring and camera were found. Ralph was a loner in his 60s. No internet, no phone, former logger. And his property? It was filled with old car parts and an abandoned church bus in the back lot, complete with a rusted bell attached to its roof. Could that have been the bell heard in the voicemail? Police interviewed Ralph 3 times. He denied knowing anything about Emily. They had no hard evidence and no warrant to search the inside of his bus. In 2010, Ralph died of a heart attack. His land was sold. Emily's case went cold again. In 2016, a Reddit user posted a now-deleted thread titled, "I knew Emily Harper. She wasn't who you think she was." The post claimed Emily had a second online identity, a fake name, and was meeting men for cash. No proof was ever posted, and the user never replied to comments. But her roommate did later tell police Emily had been acting paranoid weeks before she vanished. She even taped a blanket over her dorm window and told friends she thought someone was watching her. Was she being stalked? Or was this just anxiety? We'll never know. But there was one final update, and it came from a place no one expected. In 2022, a construction crew demolishing an abandoned church building in Fernwood found a hidden crawl space behind the altar. Inside were torn pages from what looked like a personal diary. Most were illegible, but one sentence was clear. She screamed again last night. No one hears her out here. Police tested the handwriting. It didn't match Emily's or anyone in their system. There were no bones, no DNA, just that one message and an open crawl space that hadn't been entered in over a decade. As of today, the disappearance of Emily Harper remains one of Idaho's most disturbing cold cases. No body, no arrest, no clear motive, just a voicemail, a video, and a voice that no one's been able to silence. What do you think happened to Emily Harper? Leave your theories in the comments.